The guy who secretly likes you doesn't like you because you were sweet to him. He's not thinking about you because you looked good. And he's definitely not attracted because you did everything right. The truth? The 7 things that got him hooked are things you did without even thinking. Things so normal you'd never guess that's what did it. But here's the crazy part. These 7 small things are what make a guy forget you next week versus think about you for months. If you've ever seen a guy lose his mind over some girl who didn't even try while you were doing everything and getting nothing, stay right here. What I'm about to tell you is going to change everything you thought you knew about guys. Here's what nobody wants to say. The stuff that makes a guy secretly want you has nothing to do with what everyone tells us. They say be pretty, be sweet, be interesting, show him you like him, look nice, smell good, be the girl he wants. But when you look at the women who actually have guys secretly crazy about them, thinking about them at night, looking for reasons to text them, they're not doing any of that stuff on purpose. They're doing 7 tiny things that seem like nothing, that feel random, that nobody connects to guys liking them. And that's exactly why it works. Because guys don't get attracted the way we think. Trying hard doesn't make it happen. Random little things do. The women who make guys secretly obsessed aren't thinking about how to make him like them. They're just doing their thing and without knowing it, doing stuff that messes with his head in ways he can't control. And once that happens, he can't stop thinking about you. He doesn't just think you're cute. He gets stuck on you and doesn't know why. It's a feeling he can't shake, can't tell his boys about, and can't find with anyone else. If you're tired of guys who seem into you, then ghost. Guys who act interested, then get weird. Guys who notice you but never actually want you. Hit subscribe. Because knowing these 7 things is the difference between the girl he saw once and the girl he can't forget. The girl he noticed and the girl he wants. I'm going to show you exactly what these women do. Different. Not so you can play games, but so you stop giving your time to guys who don't give you what you should get. There are 7 things a woman does that make a guy secretly into her. Not regular she's cool attraction. I'm talking about the kind where he thinks about you out of nowhere, where his friends notice he's acting different, where he starts doing stuff he never does just hoping he'll see you. And here's the hard part. Most of these 7 things look like nothing. They look boring. They look like stuff that wouldn't matter. But once you get why they work, you'll never see guys the same way. Everyone talks about getting a guy's attention, being hot, being fun, being cool, being hard to get, but nobody talks about making a guy secretly obsessed, the kind where he checks if you saw his text, where he brings you up for no reason, where other girls stop being interesting because his brain is stuck on you. And here's the thing, it's not about looks, it's not about being perfect. It's about doing 7 small things that make him feel something he gets hooked on, a feeling he only gets with you. Our brains get obsessed with things we notice but can't totally figure out. Real secret attraction lives in that weird spot where he sees you but doesn't totally get you. When that's balanced right, his whole brain wakes up. But when it tips too far, the attraction dies. He either figures you out too fast or stops caring. But let me ask you something before we go deeper. Have you ever watched a guy who barely knew some girl suddenly get weird about her? His whole vibe changed. He went from not caring to finding ways to be near her, from never talking about her to saying her name all the time, from having other options to only really wanting one. What if I told you that change didn't happen because he figured out she was special? It happened because she did 7 small things that turned on something in his brain he can't control. Because guys don't fall into secret attraction by thinking. They fall by feeling. The same way you can't make yourself hungry after eating too much, a guy can't make himself feel this pull. It either hits him or it doesn't. And the 7 things I'm about to show you are what make it hit hard. This isn't about beating yourself up if you haven't done these. It's about understanding how this type of attraction really gets made so you stop guessing and start knowing what works. The truth is, secret attraction doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from doing 7 small things most women never think about because they seem too basic. They seem like nothing. They seem like they wouldn't matter, but they're what gets in his head so deep he can't get you out. There's a trap women fall into without knowing. They meet a guy, things feel good. Then they start doing what they think keeps him interested. They text back right away. They're sweeter. They make sure he knows they like him. They're free when he wants to hang. They show they're not playing games by being super real. The reason is good. But what he hears is totally different. His brain hears, she needs this more than me. And when that happens, secret attraction can't exist. Why? Because the kind of attraction that makes a guy secretly obsessed needs very specific fuel. It needs the feeling that he might lose you, not in a crazy way, not because you're playing games or being mean, but because your life is good and full without him. And being with you is something you choose every day, not something you need. The second he feels like you need him more, that fuel is gone. He might still like you. He might still stick around. But that secret can't stop thinking about you attraction. It's dead. But that's just the start. These first 6 things set everything up. But the 7th one, the one we'll get to at the end, is what locks it all in. It's what makes him not just attracted, but loyal. Not just thinking about you, but unable to picture anyone else. And most women never find it because by the time they get there, they've already made the mistakes that killed the attraction. But before we break them down, you need to get this deep in your gut. Secret attraction doesn't grow in one talk or one date. It builds slowly through the same feelings over and over. Every time you talk to him, you're either adding to his attraction or killing it. Every text, every answer, every time you see him, his brain is asking, how does she make me feel? And if the answer is safe and boring, you're killing it. If the answer is alive and curious, you're building it. That's why this isn't about following some script. It's about understanding the feeling you're making. The pull between 2 people works like a rubber band. It only has tension when there's space. The more you stretch it, the stronger it pulls. But if you let it go slack, if there's no space between you, the tension dies completely. When you start filling every gap, answering every text right away, being free whenever he wants, you take away all the stretch. And when there's no stretch, there's no pull. That's why the most attractive women aren't the ones who are always around. They're the ones who know when to be close and when to make space, when to give and when to pull back. I used to think this was playing games, that if you weren't always there, you were being fake or mean. But I was totally wrong. It's not about being distant. It's about having your own life. Because real attraction needs space to grow. When you fill every second with your time, your texts, your energy, there's no room left for him to miss you. And missing you is where attraction lives. When you make space naturally, you stop chasing him. You start letting it come to you. So what's the first thing that makes a guy secretly attracted to you? It's this. You didn't drop everything for him, not in big ways or small ways. When he texted, you answered when you were actually free, not right away. When he wanted to hang, you checked your real plans instead of cancelling stuff. When he asked to do something, you said yes if you wanted to and no if you didn't. This sounds simple, but most women mess this up in the first few weeks. They start changing their whole life around when he's free. They cancel plans with friends when he suddenly has time. They stay up even though they're tired because that's when he wants to talk. To you, this feels like showing him he matters. To his brain, it reads totally different. It tells him you have nothing going on, that your life was empty before him, that you're sitting around hoping he'll fill it. And nothing kills secret attraction faster than feeling like you're someone's whole world. Guys get secretly attracted to women who had full good lives before they showed up. Women who have friends they actually see, stuff they actually care about, goals they're actually working on, plans that matter whether he's there or not. When he feels like you'll drop everything for him, something in his brain turns off. Not because he's a jerk, not because he doesn't like it, but because his brain stops seeing you as someone he needs to chase. The hunt is over before it started. You became too easy to get. The fix isn't pretending to be busy. It's actually being busy because your life really matters. When he texts and you don't answer for 3 hours because you were really doing something that mattered to you, not because you were playing games, he feels the difference. That real busyness makes real tension. It reminds his brain that getting to you isn't automatic, that your time matters, that being with you is something he has to work for. And that's when his attraction starts growing. But here's what's important. This isn't about ignoring ignoring him or being cold. It's about having limits. It's about your life staying full even when he's in it. Because the women who make guys secretly attracted don't shrink their world to fit a guy. They invite him into a world that's already good. And that takes us straight to the second thing. This one is harder to spot because it looks like confidence, but it's actually something deeper. The second thing that makes secret attraction is this. You didn't need him to tell you you're good enough. You didn't fish for nice words. You didn't ask if your outfit was okay or if you looked good. You didn't need him to keep telling you he still cares. You didn't freak out when he took a few hours to text back. You didn't read into his every word looking for hidden meaning. You didn't need him to tell you you're special because you already know you are. This might sound harsh, but guys can smell when you're not sure about yourself before you even say anything. It's not in your words, it's in your energy. When your voice gets higher, asking if everything's okay. When your body gets tense, waiting for his answer. When your eyes look at his face looking for approval. He feels it right away. And when he feels it, something changes. He goes from feeling you to watching you, from being in the moment with you to studying you. And once he's studying instead of feeling, the attraction is already dying. Confidence isn't loud. It's not about showing off or talking big. It's quiet. It's the calm in your voice that says, I don't need anyone to tell me I'm enough. That energy is what grabs his attention without any work. Being unsure, even a little bit, makes invisible pressure. It quietly asks him to prove something, to make you feel better, to fix how you feel about yourself. And the second he steps into that job, secret attraction can't exist. Because you're not his equal anymore. You're someone who needs him to feel okay. And guys don't get secretly obsessed with women they have to manage. Here's what's wild. Most women show the most doubt when they care the most. They overthink every text. They read too much into his quiet. They try extra hard to be perfect. But all that trying coming from fear actually pushes him away because he can feel the fear under it. He can sense you're acting from, I hope I don't lose him, instead of, I know I'm worth it. Secret attraction isn't built on trying. It's built on knowing. When your energy says, I'm already complete, he relaxes into wanting you. When it says, I need you to complete me, his brain backs away. That's why the most attractive women aren't the most perfect. They're the ones who can sit in not knowing without breaking. They don't need constant updates. They don't need him to prove anything. They carry themselves like they already know what they're worth. And his job isn't to convince them. His job is just to show up or not. That kind of energy is super rare. And when a guy finds it, he gets scared of losing it. Because women who actually know their value don't stick around for half trying. And he knows it. But now comes the third thing, the sneakiest one of all. This is the one most women totally miss because it seems like it shouldn't matter. The third thing that makes secret attraction is this. You kept some mystery. You didn't tell him everything. You didn't share every feeling the second you felt it. You didn't walk him through your whole day. You didn't give him access to every corner of your thoughts in the first few weeks. You kept parts of yourself private, not because you're hiding stuff, but because some things are just yours. Most women think getting close means total honesty, that caring means sharing everything, that love means no secrets, so they open up completely. They tell him about every doubt, every past hurt, every fear, every dream, every random thought, and they think this is making connection. But what it's really doing is taking away all mystery, and mystery is what keeps his brain interested. When he knows everything about you, when you've explained every part of yourself, when there's nothing left to find out, his brain stops being curious. And when his brain stops being curious, his heart stops pulling toward you. Think about it like music. If you hear every note at once, there's no song, just noise. Attraction works the same way. When you share everything all at once, there's no rhythm, no space, no waiting. Just constant information his brain tunes out. The secret isn't being cold or far away, it's knowing what to share and when. It's understanding that the right thing said at the right time makes connection deeper. But everything else just becomes background noise he stops hearing. When you hold back some things, not in a game-playing way, but just because not everything needs to be said, you make space for him to wonder about you, to think about you when you're not there, to try to figure you out. And that wondering, that thinking, that figuring out, that's where attraction grows. Guys don't get secretly attracted to women they fully understand. They get attracted to women who keep surprising them. Women who show themselves slowly, women who have depth that takes time to discover. This doesn't mean being fake or hiding who you are. It means not dumping your whole emotional world on him before he's earned the right to hold it. It means when he asks how your day was, sometimes you say good and change the topic instead of giving him a 15-minute breakdown. It means keeping some of your thoughts to yourself, not because you don't trust him, but because some things are more powerful when they're private. When a guy senses he doesn't have full access to you yet, something in him wants to earn it. He wants to get closer. He wants to be the one who gets to see the parts of you others don't. But we're not done yet. These first 6 things set everything up. They make the tension, they build the curiosity, they make him chase. But the 7th thing, this is what makes him stay. This is what turns temporary attraction into permanent wanting. This is the one that makes him not just secretly into you right now, but unable to picture his future without you. And here's the truth. Most women never get to use this 7th thing because they've already messed up the first 6. But first, let's talk about the 4th thing. This one is about how you react when things don't go perfect. The 4th thing that makes secret attraction is this. You didn't fall apart when things got weird. When he went quiet for a day, you didn't panic. When he was in a bad mood, you didn't take it personally. When plans changed, you didn't get upset. You just rolled with it. You stayed calm. You kept your cool. And that calm in the middle of chaos is crazy attractive to guys. Most women, when things get even slightly off, they start spinning. They need to talk about it right away. They need to know what's wrong. They need to fix it. They start reading into everything. They get worried. They get needy. And all that energy, even though it comes from caring, actually pushes him away. Because guys are attracted to women who don't need everything to be perfect to feel okay. Women who can handle ups and downs without losing themselves. When you stay steady when things get messy, his brain notices. It tells him you're not going to be drama, that you're not going to make everything about feelings, that you're not going to need him to manage your emotions every time something goes slightly wrong. And that feeling of ease, of not having to walk on eggshells, of being with someone who doesn't fall apart at every little thing, that's super attractive. It makes him want to be around you more because being around you feels easy, not stressful. The 5th thing is about how you handle other people. The 5th thing that makes secret attraction is this. You were kind to people who couldn't do anything for you. The waiter, the person at the store, the person who held the door, random people. You treated them like they mattered, not in a fake way, just in a normal, decent, human way. And he noticed. Even if he didn't say anything, he noticed. Guys pay attention to how you treat people when you think nobody's watching, because that tells them how you really are. When you're sweet to someone's face but mean about them later, he sees it. When you're rude to someone who's just doing their job, he sees it, and it turns him off even if he doesn't say it out loud. But when you're genuinely kind to random people, when you make someone's day a little easier for no reason, when you treat everyone with basic respect, that does something to him. It makes him see you as a good person, not just someone who's nice to him because you want something, but someone who's actually good at your core. And that kind of goodness is attractive in a deep way. It makes him think about what kind of person you'd be in his life long term, what kind of person you'd be to his family, what kind of person you'd be when things get hard. And all those thoughts, even if he's not having them on purpose, they're building attraction in the background. The 6th thing is about your energy. The 6th thing that makes secret attraction is this. You smiled at the little things, not fake smiling, real smiling, at something funny, at something cute, at something random. You found joy in small moments. You laughed at dumb stuff. You got excited about normal things. And that energy, that lightness, that ability to find good in regular moments, that's magnetic. Guys are attracted to positive energy, not fake positivity where you pretend everything's perfect, but real, genuine ability to enjoy life. When you're the kind of person who makes boring moments fun, who finds something to laugh about, who brings lightness instead of heaviness, guys want to be around that because life is hard enough. And being with someone who makes it feel lighter is valuable. When you smile at something random and he catches it, when you laugh at something dumb and he sees the real joy on your face, when you get excited about something small and he feels your energy shift, all of that gets stored in his brain as being with her feels good. And that feeling is what he starts to want. He doesn't even know he's wanting it. He just knows he wants to be around you more. He wants to text you. He wants to make plans because his brain has connected you with feeling good. And now we get to the seventh thing, the final one, the one that locks everything in. The seventh thing that makes a guy not just secretly attracted, but secretly obsessed. The seventh thing is this: you made him feel like he impressed you, but you didn't make it easy. You didn't compliment everything he did. You didn't act amazed by normal stuff. You didn't throw praise at him for nothing. But when he actually did something good, something that took effort, something that mattered, you noticed. And you said something, and it meant everything because it was rare. Here's what most women get wrong. They think making a guy feel good means praising him all the time, telling him he's great, complimenting everything, being impressed by everything. But when you're impressed by everything, nothing means anything. Your words lose power. He stops feeling them. They become background noise. But when you're not easily impressed, when you have standards, when you're not throwing compliments around for no reason, then when you do say something good about him, it hits different. It hits deeper than anything because he knows you don't say it unless you mean it. He knows he actually earned it. And that feeling of earning your respect, of earning your recognition, of earning your praise, that's what makes him want to keep impressing you. That's what makes him want to step up. That's what makes him want to be better when he's with you. And that feeling is what creates lasting attraction. Think about the people in your life who make you want to be your best self. They're not the ones who think everything you do is amazing. They're the ones who see your potential and believe in it, but don't blow smoke. They're the ones whose approval actually means something because they don't give it away cheap. That's the feeling you need to create in him. When he's with you, he doesn't feel judged. But he also doesn't feel like he can do no wrong. He feels like he has room to grow, and you see that growth and you recognize it when it happens. When you combine all 7 of these things, you create something most guys have never experienced. A woman who keeps her own life full. A woman who doesn't need him to feel good about herself. A woman who keeps some mystery.